Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Bobby and I typically eat carnivore. That's something I'm pretty passionate about. If you have any questions, hit me up in the bottom here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.
Like, subscribe, and share.
You know, carnivore can get kind of difficult sometimes because it's very restrictive, but I can tell you it's the best thing I've done. And things like these recipes today I'm about to show you help you get better acquainted with carnivore and also be able to create a meal that most people would love, including your children. So this is going to be a great option for you. First of all, I've got bacon here. We got this in the pan ready to go. It's on a piece of parchment paper. It's just because I like to make it easier to clean. Because I am always doing the dishes. You ask my kids, where's my mom? Oh, she's doing the dishes. Hey, where's your mom? Oh, she's doing the dishes. But anyway, so that's where we're at. This is our bacon. We're going to make some BLT type sandwiches. Obviously, we're not going to have lettuce and tomato in there. That is not carnivore. So this is going to go in the cold oven. It's not been preheated. And I'm going to turn this bad boy on 400 degrees. And we're going to give it a good 20 minutes. And starting in a cold oven. I don't know why, but it makes the bacon so much better. I have a whole package of bacon in there. And that should be enough for the three of us because the bread that we're making, it also has protein in it. So there's eggs and panko, pork panko. So it's made with pork rinds, which I'm going to show you how to make today. So we're going to cut these open. They're delicious. I don't know if you've ever had these before, but this is my favorite brand. So far, I haven't found a better one. I would really like to find pastured pork rinds. I'm not sure. It just says they're humanely raised. I don't know what that means. You know what that means? I'm not sure. Anyway, I got 2 bags here that I'm using. These are small bags I bought from Amazon. But the reason I love them is because they're actually fried in the pork fat. So they're not fried in any type of seed oil. They're not cooked in any type of seed oil. The baked ones, they're all right. They don't give you that crunchy fried. There's something about fried food, right? So anyway, we're just going to pulse a couple times to get this going. And once I feel like we got pretty good crumbing going on, we're going to turn that bad boy on. So now we have pork panko. And those 2 small bags created about a cup. And that's what we need. Plus, I also have some left over in case we need it. And this pork panko lasts quite a while in your cupboard or in a jar. I usually use a mason jar. I'm old fashioned. Mason jars are like the greatest thing to store things in. I'm not sure if you've ever mason jar, ball jar. I don't know what brand. I guess Mason was a brand, but anyway, these jars work great for me. So today I'm in my trusty apron, feeling like a old Southern woman or something here. And don't forget to clean as you go. My wonderful TikTok shop. Wash rags. These have been washed. I gotta say they did shrink a little bit, but dude, I don't get paid to promote these. I just love them. They're so soft and wonderful. So clean as you go. If you haven't learned anything from me, this is something you should stick with. It makes cooking so much easier because, well, it makes cooking better. Here's the problem. When we cook, there's so many dishes and there's such a mess to clean up. And if you don't have people who help you, which I typically don't, and it's not because I got some jerk buddy family here. It's because I'm a little particular about the things and how they go, where they go, as clean as it needs to be. I might have a little OCD on that. I'm not sure. OCD gets thrown around a lot. I think it's nonsense, but I like things a particular way. And this is my kitchen, mine. And so stay out of my kitchen. Except for you, actually. You're welcome here today, but don't touch anything. Okay, so I have 4 eggs here. And These 4 eggs I'm going to crack open. Again with the music. I need to get some music going in the background. Something nice, quiet, something. I feel like I'm yelling at you. I forgot I have a microphone now, thanks to my son. 4 eggs. Okay, we're gonna whisk these. Don't forget to whisk your eggs. I think the whisking actually puts a little air into them, makes them a little more fluffy. You could use a fork. Fork will work just fine. We got our eggs whisked, and we're gonna use a little salt. A little salt. I love salt. Salt is good, especially on the carnivore diet because you're not eating vegetables and fruits. So you don't get your magnesium and potassium, your electrolytes that are super important. Another reason why I drink San Pellegrino, because it's refreshing, makes me feel like I'm getting something besides water, the bubbly. I don't really like pop, but I do like this. And so get a little extra minerals going there. This is my whisked eggs. All right, now we need 1 cup of panko. That's about a cup. It's a little less, a little more. About right. So a cup of panko. Now use a dry measuring cup. Those of you that didn't take cooking class in school, or the new up and comings, millennials and alpha and whatnot. Anyway, you guys probably don't have a cooking class unless you're a homeschooled child, which we typically do teach our children about this pretty early. A cup of dry ingredients goes in a dry measuring cup. Wet ingredients goes in a wet measuring cup. Okay, there is a difference. I'm not sure why, but it makes a difference. So do your best to do what's right. Do what's right. So now we're gonna mix this up together. Oh, it's so lovely. Okay, get that mixed in there together. Now, the recipe I'm using does not call for cheese, but me, I'm going to put some aged cheddar in here. You know why? First of all, I love aged cheddar in this recipe. And second of all, so does my family. When you put cheese in the cooker, the maker, it actually makes it a little more crisp. It gives it a lot more flavor. So I have my BELLA Bella waffle. We're gonna wait for that to get ready. And as you can see, our waffle mixture, our bread mixture that we've made here is getting thick. So the panko is absorbing some of the liquid from the eggs. So these will be really great. These are gonna be amazing. I can't wait. We got our spatula. Spatula gets all the extra goodies. Don't forget. We don't want to waste anything. So while that bad boy is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. So not only are we making bacon, we are also making beef burgers. So since we are carnivore, we like to get as much protein in our diet as possible. So we're going to add in not only to this 1 pound of ground beef, we're also going to add an egg in here. Boom. And this is going to bind our ingredients all together. We're going to salt this. And don't be afraid, we're also going to salt it again after I've mixed it up. So we're going to get our hands in there and squish it up and love it up and make it all. I'll tell you what, carnivore has changed my life. I don't know if you've tried it yet. If you're here because you have already been eating this way and you're just looking for something new, or if you just genuinely are curious about it. But either way, I'm just wanting you to know that if you have inflammation, which if you have pain, you have inflammation, unless you have a broken bone. Yeah. If you're just having pain in your joints, if you have arthritis, if you have thyroid issues, if you have, golly, what else? If you've got autoimmune is the big one. That's the one I've been treating. And I'll tell you what, my mouth will get inflamed almost every time. Well, it started getting really bad in February and then just kept getting worse. And first I took out sugar out of my diet and everyone's like, oh, you just need to quit sugar. Ugh. Sugar is a drug. I don't know if, do you know this? Does everyone know this yet? Seriously. Sugar is a drug. We don't need it. There's nothing in sugar that we need. There's no nutrient. There's no nothing. It's literally just to cause us to want more. That's all it is. It's a drug. Is it as bad as heroin? No. I'm not going to go kill somebody for it. But I'm going to crave it tremendously and not be able to monitor the amount that I eat. You know, everyone's like, oh, everything in moderation. I can't moderate that. I want more. I want a brownie. No, I want the whole pan of brownies. I make cookies. I eat the dough and then I eat like a bag of them.
Nom 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 nom. Oh, nom 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 nom. Ha. Bye bye.
Like 12 of them. I can't stop eating them. And then I'm sick. And then I feel awful. And not just in my tummy, but also in my hands. My hands got to the point where I could hardly hold my phone. It got to the point that I couldn't make a fist and grab things. That's another thing. Carnivore makes you strong. You feel strong. Your muscles, you gain muscle. And all of us women know the older we get, the harder it is to gain muscle. This makes it easy. For those of you that know me, know I love thrifting. I found this and it's literally my favorite plate. I think it was like Goodwill or something. I don't know. I went through a time that I was trying to buy mid-century modern things. I went to Goodwill, I went to all these thrifting stores, and I found all these really great things. And I actually did find some really great finds for like really good prices. I almost felt guilty buying them from the people that were selling them because they were really expensive items. Anyway, I did resell a couple of them, and I was doing pretty well. But try to take your son. I call it treasure hunting. Try to take your 6-year-old at the time, 5 and 6-year-old. Take him to Goodwill and spend hours in there just really looking things up and trying to figure out what's what and if it's going to work out. And how many times I came home with things that were not were not worth anything that I thought were worth something, and they still sit in my garage. So now we're smashing these patties. We're making them into round little guys because these are going to fit right on our waffle breads, our waffle buns. Buns. Do you all remember Buns of Steel? How many of you are old enough for Buns of Steel?
And down, 2, and up, 2, single count, up and down, up and down.
Oh my gosh. We used to do that in gym class. I actually was just talking about this the other day with a really good friend of mine. Do you guys still have gym? I don't even know. Anyway, our gym teacher, Buns of Steel was one of the things we had to do. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't tried Buns of Steel, you really want, these buns that they're talking about. Like, everybody likes the cute little waist and the nice big booty. But I could care less. It just doesn't matter anymore. So these are going to go on my Pit Boss smoker, just like that. Now I'm going to tell you something. Some people can't do smoked meat. Some people on carnivore can't handle it. And I don't mean they're weak by any means. Sometimes the smoking of the meat will cause indigestion, and you shouldn't have indigestion on this diet. You should feel prime. Like you should feel like right on top of the world. Everything's fantastic. So if smoked meat causes problems for you, don't continue it. Some people don't do well with aged meat. Most restaurants will age their steaks before they cook them. So be careful with that too. So I checked my bacon. I put it in for another 3 minutes or so. I'm going to go put these bad boys on the smoker. All right, it's time to see how these go. First and foremost, I like to put a little bit of butter here. Anyway, a little bit of grass-fed butter on our waffle iron here. We're going to put a little bit of this and spread it around. Now, remember, we don't work in a factory. Our things are not going to come out perfect. I hope they come out good enough so that they'll be good for putting them on.
I can't even speak.
Hopefully they'll come out good enough to use as a bun, because that's really what we're going for here. So our bacon is beeping. We're going to get that out of the oven. I didn't cook the bacon all the way. And the reason being is because we're going to heat this up later for dinner. And I want the bacon to still be undercooked just a little bit, so that way we can cook it in the air fryer for just a couple of minutes and it'll come out perfectly crisp. If you haven't baked your bacon, bake your bacon, baby. If you haven't baked your bacon, you need to try it, because it's absolutely it's the best. It's the best way to make bacon. The air fryer is a really great. I actually like it better than in the pan. So once this light comes on, we'll know that this is ready.
Waiting some more.
Okay, y'all. These are looking fantastic. They got a nice cooling rack here. Please don't forget that this is hot. Don't touch it with your fingers. I mean, I think it's common sense, but lately, I don't know, maybe some people just don't have that. I'm not sure. I think you do. If you're here, you're obviously smarter than the average bear. Ha! Smarter than the average bear.
Because I'm smarter than the average bear. Yeah.
So we've got our pieces of bread here. I'm going to let these cool off. We got this little guy. I'll probably give this to my son. And then this I'll probably eat. And then when the hubby comes home from work today, he's going to have a fresh batch. And again, this bacon will be cooked up for him. So put those on there. Now we wait for the burgers from the pit boss. I want to know if anyone else uses this thing. It's a lifesaver. I make a whole dozen of boiled eggs in this thing. It's done in just minutes. It tells me when it's done, and I literally don't have to stand over the stove or do anything. I take them out of here with some tongs, put them in some cold water, maybe some ice water. I put them in the fridge, and my hubby takes them all week long, like 2 of them a day. Great protein source. Actually, eggs are the cheapest protein source that you can buy. So why not? Now, some people don't do well with pork, and I can't say that I've tested this out, but we do get our pork from Seven Sons Farm in Roanoke, Indiana. They have the old heritage hogs, and they're pasture raised. So they do get feed supplemented, but they get a lot of scraps and junk, and they're out under trees and foraging for bugs and whatnot. They're living their best life. Literally, you can't get much better for a pig. It doesn't seem to affect me, my point. So if you are affected by pork, this would not be a recipe for you. Now, someone asked me a couple days ago, actually I get quite a few questions, but one of the big ones is, when do you eat? How much do you eat? I guess that's more than one question, but here's my answer. I eat until I'm full. When you're on the carnivore diet, you can't overeat. There's something, it tells your body like it's supposed to. It tells your brain that you're full, which you don't get when you're eating carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, you will never know when you're full. And the reason is because we were built to get as much of that energy as possible, because it was very hard to come by before we had grocery stores and such. So eat until you're full. You'll know when you're full. It's literally, you'll feel like the next bite I take, it's either going to taste like dirt, or it's going to taste like I might gag or throw up if I put one more bite in my mouth. That's literally, it's not a full feeling like I'm so full I cannot eat another bite. It's not like that. It's like, I'm done. I can't have another bite of this food. That's the one answer. The other answer is, I like to say, if you're hungry, you should eat. Now, I've dropped more weight than I expected, and I'm good with that, because I still have more to go. I'm still not where I want to be. But when you're carnivore, you can't really weigh yourself so much as you want to measure yourself. So it's more about the size you are. It's about the way it makes you feel. It's about the energy that you receive from it. It's about the better sleep at night. It's about the no pain. It's about the mental fog is gone, the mental clarity that you receive from this diet. It's about putting in your body what you need. And if we want to talk about poop, which everybody always does, you won't poop as much. You don't have a bunch of roughage. There's not a bunch of stuff in there that's got to come out, because everything you eat, for the majority of it, it's being used in your body. So there's not going to be a lot of poop. You're not going to poop 3 times a day. You're probably going to poop once a day if you're lucky. And it's going to come out, and there's not going to be a reason for wipies. Although I use them because I love them. A little TMI for you. Again, eat until you're full. A lot of people like to go with circadian rhythm. That's a big deal in the primal field of things. Eating at the circadian rhythm is only eating when it's light outside and stopping around like 2, 3 o'clock. You should have your last meal in the late afternoon. We typically would not eat dinner at 5, 6, 7 o'clock, middle of winter. You're going to go to bed, that's going to sit in your gut. You're not going to sleep well because your body's too busy getting rid of that food or using it and absorbing it, blah, blah, blah. So you're not letting the blood flow go to your brain where it needs to go to reset everything, to regenerate your brain. I would say if it's not light outside, you shouldn't eat. But if you're hungry, man, I ate last night at 9:30 p.m. It was the first time I ate all day because I do like to do some intermittent fasting. And occasionally I'll throw in a 24-hour fast just to reset my microbiome. 72-hour fast would even be better, but I can't quit the coffee because I'm weak.
It is what it is.
But that actually resets your brain and resets your gut or resets your immune system. It's actually something I need to do, especially for autoimmune. I bet I would benefit from it tremendously. Tell me if you tried it. I want to know. So I've got my smoked meat here. I just wanted you guys to get a nice view of that beautiful smoked meat. You should smell it. Okay, the smell of these burgers is making my mouth water, so I'm super pumped to eat these. So what I would do is I have my slices on here if you can't see that very well. I've got my bread that we made earlier, our slices of bacon. This one would be perfect. I'm going to put a burger patty right on top of that. And we're going to pick the small one for my little guy here. And then you literally just put the top on just like you would a burger. Mayonnaise. Ooh, there's a carnivore mayonnaise that I want to try out. Next time I'm making the carnivore mayonnaise. So carnivore mayonnaise on this. And if you can tolerate more cheese, I would put a slice of cheese on top of there too. But that would be amazing. So let's take a bite. Are you ready? I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Ready? I don't even care. So good. This hits the spot. Listen, I just want to thank you all for joining me today in my kitchen. I appreciate your time. I really love that you come and join me and do these things with me. If you try this recipe, please let me know. I would love to hear the feedback on this. I really don't think you'll regret it. Please, it's so good. It's one of those that I would probably literally it's amazing. It's so good. I have no words because it's so good. It hits the spot. I don't know how many people are always so sad that we can't have bread. That is probably one of my big things because I love homemade bread. Oh my goodness. If I ever cheated on this diet, it would probably be that, some homemade bread. This is where it's at, buddy. I'm telling you what, you're not going to regret it. So get you one of these going. Even if you just make the bacon on here, like a breakfast sandwich type of thing, and put an egg, an egg on top of this would be even better. My husband's going to love me when he gets home today. You guys have a great day, and thanks so much for joining me again. Bye. Oh,